Hello, welcome to this quick video about the newest features and additions to the KinesicMouse 3.0. So as you can already see, the interface changed a lot and got some pretty neat design that is much simpler to use and pretty fast in configuration. So as you can see, the signals and the settings are now the only two dialogues you need for configuration. And what was formerly known as the signal monitor and the signal preferences has now been merged into a single dialog. At the top here you can see your signals displayed, and at the bottom you have all your signal preferences for each single signal there is. So the next thing is the other dialogues have been merged into one single settings dialog, and you can access it pretty easy and pretty fast over those tabs at the left here. So the first feature that has been added, and is really a big deal, is infrared tracking mode that works in complete darkness. So if you are using the KinesicMouse in a dark environment, you can switch to the infrared mode, and as you can see, the infrared tracking mode will also work in complete dark environments. So if you experience a frame drop here at the top of the window in your color tracking mode, this means that the room is actually too dark to expose the picture long enough, and the Kinect version 2 will automatically switch to 15 frames per second, but in the infrared mode you will always get the highest FPS possible. So next, because we are already in the settings tab, let me show you the depth stream. This is more thought to check if the Kinect is actually picking up the right signal, and you can check this picture for any red regions in your area or in the area of your face, and red means that the Kinect is not able to pick up a depth signal in this area. So if I move too close to the camera, you can see that those pixels are getting painted in red. So the next cool feature that has been added is a high precision filter, and this will help you to accurately move your mouse cursor when using head movements. So I will show you the difference here. When I resume the tracking now without this filter, you can see that the mouse cursor is pretty jittering and very unstable. So if I enable this feature and resume the tracking, you can see that the mouse cursor is much more stable, and you will actually experience a big difference there. So next we have a pretty neat feature that is called suppression signal. It is in the active, or can be activated only in the relative mode. And what this will do is simulate the same procedure as when you are lifting your mouse and moving it up in the air. So when you are running out of space on your mouse pad, for example, you're used to lift your mouse, move it back, and then continue moving it around on the screen. You can achieve the same behavior now with the suppression signal. So let me choose an activation signal here, jaw open for example, and when I now open my jaw, you can see that the mouse will freeze into place, and I can move my head back to the direction I want, and the mouse will not move, and therefore I can correct the placement on the screen. So let's resume the tracking here. I will show you the example. And now I've back the cursor control, and I can use that for correcting any offsets. So what this is especially useful is if you are playing first-person shooters and want to rotate in one single direction infinite degrees, you can use this suppression signal to freeze the character into place, move back or rotate back your head, and then continue rotating in the same direction. So next, as some of you might already have noticed, is this new button here It's called Train Neutral. And what this will do is the KinesicMouse can learn your neutral facial expression, and it will not try to learn your facial expression anymore. So what this will do is you can actually hold a single expression for a very long time, and the signal will not decay over time as it was before. So if you like to use expressions for a long time, it is very recommended to train your neutral expression ones, and I will show you how that's done. So we click this button here, keep a neutral face until the instructions disappear, and the red eye down here at the bottom tells you that the expression has been trained, and you will now experience no more decay in the signal if you hold an expression for a long time. When you are not, when you don't want to use this training mode anymore, you can always hit the reset button. This will completely reset all trainings that are stored in the KinesicMouse, and the KinesicMouse will actually try again to learn automatically your facial expressions. You can also hit this reset button when you switch a user. So if you switch with your buddy and he wants to use the KinesicMouse, it is always a good idea to hit this reset button over here. So that's it for the newest additions to the KinesicMouse. I hope you enjoy the new features, and as already said in the newsletter, the demo time has been reset for all of you who have already tried the KinesicMouse, and you can again test it for free for 14 days. So if you have a Kinect V2 sensor, you're good to go. Just download and enjoy.